Listen, the world's not a crazy enough place to give you what you don't deserve. I mean, who doesn't freaking want a 10 out of 10 life and health, wealth, love, happiness? Who doesn't want it all to have a massive bank account, have a house and car and Lamborghinis? The thing is, you can have it all within 30 days, or at least set the conditions in order to help you succeed in that time. Only need to know two things, man. That's all it's going to take in order to create the beautiful life, the incredible life that you always want to do. And number one is to understand your why, the want, the will, the success, the reason why you're trying to do all this in the first place. See, I can only help you do what you want. So what it is that you actually want. Because if you don't even know that, then might as well exit this video and just watch Mr. Beast videos and mindlessly fucking be busy and execute over the next few months doing nothing. Because there's no point. But if you're ready to commit, to hyper commit, to creating a beautiful life that you want to live, to ultimately live up to the potential that you know you can and close that gap between who you are and who you can be, then it only takes two things, man. The first is the want, the why. The second is the knowledge, the template, the guidance, the blueprint, and that's why I'm here, because I've transformed my life. And I've seen countless of others transform themselves, man. And it all really comes down to three principles I'm gonna share with you in this video today. But you can really do it all, man. In 30 days, this summer, I want you to hyper commit, because what is 30 days worth to you if it can completely transform your life? Because I'm guaranteeing you, man, I'm fucking guaranteeing you, if you just listen to everything I'm about to say, you will get all of that you want right now and more. So principle number one, and I'm gonna write it down for you here because I wanna show you exactly what it is. That is to subtract. Learn how to freaking subtract. I want you to write this on a piece of paper just like I did, take it and then stick it somewhere, because I want you to see it every single day. I'm not going to be one of those influencers and gurus who keep telling you, oh, you need to add more in your life, right? And that's the issue. Whenever you come to one of these videos, it's like, oh, I want you to, meditate and do this, do that. Like, I want you to do 4 different things, download these apps, buy my course, do all this fucking bullshit. The greats of this world didn't get to where they are by adding things. They got there by subtracting. They got there by reducing all the other stuff in their life and to find and focus on what really matters and what's the actual hyper leverage movements that get them to where they want to go and where they want to be. I want you to take a look into your life right now, and I want you to come up with 4 goals for this next 30 days in health, wealth, love, and knowledge. Health, wealth, love, and knowledge, and write one fucking goal for each and every single one of those, and then stick it right next to your subtract poster. And then I want you to hyper commit to those 4 goals and look at nothing else. Anything that doesn't contribute to these goals, I want you to X out, because nothing else matters, honestly, at the end of the day. Because for the next 30 days, I want you to really commit to this shit, man. And this is what each one. Health is self-explanatory. Maybe it's a weight, maybe it's a PR in the gym, maybe it's a certain look that you're trying to go for. Write it down. Wealth, business, work, promotion, applying for new jobs, whatever is that, write it down. Because if you write it down, then you're committing to yourself and making that commitment that you're gonna do it, like a prescription that the doctor does. I want to prescribe you for yourself. What are these goals for the next few weeks? Love, that's relationships, that's their family. That can be your goal for whatever, maybe your father, whatever that is, man. I want you to write that down. What's your goal for love? And then lastly is knowledge, whether that's reading, whether that's scriptures, whether that's prayers, whether that's listening to podcasts, audiobooks, it can meditation. Knowledge is just growing and working on your mind up here, right? But you need to write down one single goal in this and hyper commit to those and not look at anything else, and subtract. Learn how to really get good at fucking subtracting, man. That's what people do. They look at their calendar and they see all the things and they're like, do I really need this? Do I need to do this right now? Do I need to be on TikTok right now? And start subtracting all the bullshit from your life. Because the thing is, you already know what you need to do. There's a lot of things that you already know that's good for you, that you're supposed to be doing, and you know the things that are detracting you from it. Don't add more. Learn how to subtract and to remove and to take away stuff from you, because you know that that is actually adding to your success and contributing to it. One of the things, the way I do that is I always tell myself an affirmation every single day, every single night when I'm sleeping, whatever that is. And here's the affirmation. I let go of things that don't serve me. I let go of things that don't serve me. I tell that to myself all the fucking time, man, because it helps me remember that I need to do it myself too. And then I always ask myself when I'm confused between 2 decisions, oh, should I go do that? Should I do this party? Should I hang out with this person? Should I give my energy here? Am I letting go of things that don't serve me? That can be multiple things, man. That can be even just the freaking energy that you're understanding or giving to someone or giving to yourself. Sometimes that can be letting go of a type of meal, like not eating that cheesecake. The things that we're all too soft, man, and we're unable to take away things from our life. We want more, more, more. We're just a fucking like obese, caffeinated American society that we just want to consume and consume. Stop, put the fucking fork down and then listen to yourself and to your mind and your mouth and your thoughts and your heart and what is it that you really want? And then just remove everything that doesn't align with your goals and your 4 goals that I'm telling you to write for yourself right now. So write these 4 things down, hyper commit to them, and learn how to subtract every single fucking thing in your life. Because here's the thing, man, all the people, the greats in the world, didn't get there by just didn't get there by like being intense about things. Sure, maybe for a few weeks you might go to the gym and burn out, but they got there over consistency, and consistency only comes from hyper committing to the few first things and mercilessly cutting on every other thing that doesn't even matter to you. So if you can learn how to subtract, write it, and put it on every fucking wall around your house, you're gonna start getting good at what really is important to you, and then focusing on that, because that's all it really comes down to. I was taking too many supplements. I was trying too hard. I was working out too hard. And right before going to bed, I was eating too much. Like, I was doing all these things, man. And when I started removing and seeing the clarity of what happens when you get full tunnel vision of what it is that you really want, the way the mind actually works sometimes, the way they say it is that like there's constantly thoughts that you're having all the time, right? I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do more, I need more, I need to buy this on Amazon. It's like an ocean, and a pebble drops in that ocean. There's ripple effects, and these ripple effects are constantly in our mind. Imagine that's the metaphor for your mind, right? But when you look at the ocean and it's rippling, you get to see what's underneath. You don't get to see that if the ripple stops, you can finally see the clarity of the water, and underneath there's these beautiful fishes and this sand and this water, and then there's stones and rocks and all this other bullshit that's underneath the fucking water, but you don't get to see that because your mind is constantly rippling. When you get hyper-focused and disciplined and learn how to subtract everything into your life, the ripples in your mind start to quiet, and then you start to see underneath the ripples for the first time and see all the fish and all the beautiful stuff that can underneath. It's like the iceberg, man. You only see the tip right now, but everything underneath is so incredible. And that's the momentum. That's what's going to drive you to become the successful version of yourself, calming that area and then knowing exactly what it is that you need to do. And life becomes so easy. Suddenly you don't have to decide, should I do that? Should I not do that? No, I know I don't need to do that. Yes, I do need to do that. Life becomes so easy. It's a hell yes or hell no approach to mentality in life when you start to subtract things from you. If it's not a hell yes, then you don't do it. That's it. Simple as that. Principle number 2 is to build a world-class morning routine. So yes, this is the one thing that influencers and gurus got right. A morning routine is actually crucial and important to setting yourself up for success for the whole entire day. I didn't realize how important it was. And I read this book by Robin Sharma called 5 a.m. Club, and I was like, listen, dude, every single time I hear Benjamin Franklin, every single fucking famous person in history, an author, and all these guys keep talking about how they wake up and have a morning routine, and they wake up early and they do this shit. I was like, fine. If really, there's this common thread that everyone always talks about, this bullshit-ass morning routine that I have to do, let me try it. Let me really see if it works for myself or not. And I did it. I did a challenge for 66 days. I woke up at 5 a.m. every single day as a night owl. I did that shit. And it absolutely transformed my life. I mean, I built a business, I started working, I wrote, this is when I started writing my book. I did all this amazing, incredible stuff. I got in the best shape of my life. Like, dude, the thing is that this is the thing you have to understand. Great mornings lead to great days. Great days lead to great weeks, and great weeks lead to incredible years. If you have a morning routine and every morning you're doing things that contribute to your success, every morning you're working out, you're meditating, you're doing all this at 5 a.m. right before the world even starts, and then you get into the office, your boss and everyone's like, oh crap, I haven't had my morning coffee, and you walk in there and you stroll in and you're like, yo, what's up? I already did all this amazing stuff for myself. I know exactly, I'm fired up and ready to go. You're gonna have a completely different perspective on life. You're gonna just do and move through life in a completely different way. So here's the reason why morning routine is so impactful and helpful. It allows you to have space for your mind to breathe. What happens usually is that we wake up literally a few minutes before we need to get ready to go for a meeting, do what we need to do, busy being busy, spin the wheels, not really doing it much, and then when you come back, you're tired and exhausted, like, what did I really accomplish today for myself? For myself, that's the key word. If you do a morning routine every single morning and you're working on yourself, you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your mind, you're doing everything you need to do way before the world's awake, you're gonna just feel stronger and better, and you're gonna actually find ways to make those incremental progress in all the areas of your life when everyone else is fucking sleeping. One of my favorite content creators, his name is Sahil Bloom, and he has this quote that no loser wakes up at 5 a.m. And I just think that's brilliant because it's true. You can stay up and you might be like, hey dude, Sid, I wake up, whatever, but I stay up late till 2 a.m. and that's when I do my best work. Yeah, but you're also probably bullshitting around on TikTok, on Facebook, on whatever, because it's easy to go late at night, but no one wakes up at 5 a.m. to go watch Netflix. That's just not how the way the world works. That's the way your mind works. So here's the 3 steps to create a world-class morning routine for yourself. You need 3 things, and I'm stealing this straight from Robin Sharma's 20-20-20. Basically, for the first hour of your morning, you want to spend 20 minutes on each of these 3 different buckets of items. One is you want to move. You want to release BDNF. That's going to release dopamine to help you feel inspirational, more motivational, to make hard work feel good in the morning itself. So move, whatever that's for you, man. If that's yoga, that's jumping up and down, doing jumping jacks, push-ups, pull-ups, going downstairs and going for a run, whatever that is for you, lifting weights, move for the first 30 minutes of the day. That's the most important part. The second is reflect. Reflect. That is journaling. I love journaling, man. It helps me have a conversation with myself. Reflecting can be scripture, it can be prayer, it can be meditation, it can be whatever you need to do in order to reflect and just think about things. Think, bro, think. Everyone's just so busy just consuming and just fucking like having all this shit up in your face and not even like doing times to think even, man. Go on a walk and just think. So 30 minutes you want to do, 20 minutes you want to move, 20 minutes you want to reflect, and the last 20 minutes I want you to grow. Don't like listen to your favorite fiction book. I want you to read a nonfiction book. 20 minutes of true reading, something outside of your 9-to-5 job, even if that helps you, or unless your 9-to-5 job is something you really want to do, then do that. But 20 minutes of true growth, reading, audiobooks, podcasts, sitting there and taking notes on this, man. Watching videos like these. This is where your 20 minutes comes in, man. So think about how incredible that is, right? Every morning you make space and time for yourself, 1 hour beforehand. So you've already worked out. You already reflected and had conversation with yourself, that peace of mind, quiet, and meditated. You spend 20 minutes doing something else that's helpful for you to become and grow as a human being. And then you walk in and work that day. You're gonna be fired up. You're gonna be a completely different human being. You do that every single day for the next 30 days. For the next 30 days, imagine if that incremental progress adds up over into the bank account of your life, man. It's incredible, it truly is, because once you start doing this, you'll never look back and you'll be like, dude, how did I not have a morning routine in the first place? The days I don't do my morning routine, because of whatever, something happens, I feel off. I don't feel right. I feel something's wrong. It doesn't make sense for me. I mean, when I did the whole 66 days waking up at 5 a.m., the reason I got me out of bed was because of my morning routine. Dude, I was so freaking productive, man. I understood exactly what it is. I had so much clarity. Clarity is the biggest word, man. You know, people look for purpose, right? They're like, oh, I don't have, that's where really I started feeling purpose. Because I started finding purpose in my life through my morning routines, through my 5 a.m. journey. And I mean, yeah, some days it was a struggle, some days it was tough. But by forcing myself to execute my morning routine, it made everything so much easier, it made everything so much more clear for myself. And that's what I want for you, man, is the clarity, the thought, the process, the purpose that makes everything back to your first initial goal that I said in the beginning of the intro, the why. And that's really what it comes down to, man. Your morning routine will become the foundation for your success, the stability, the anchor, the point that you need to do the rest of your day in your life. Because the problem is that throughout the single day, fires come up, things might happen, you don't have control about it, but the only thing you have control is your AM bookend, the bookend of your first hour, first 2 hours. So make space for yourself. If you're like, say, I can't wake up early, we're at 5 a.m., then wake up earlier. I don't know what you want me to tell you, man. Like, there's very few things that contribute to a transformative process in 30 days to look back and be like, holy shit, how did I accomplish so much? And this is one of those things. I'm telling you, wake up early. Wake up early, just do it. Just do it. And just do it for 2 days. And you'll just see just how crazy life can become, man. 2 days. 2 days, work out, visualize, and read for 1 hour in the morning, and you're never gonna be the same person ever again. Do it for 30 days, do it for 6 months, do it for a year, do that for 10 years. Imagine where you'll be, imagine where you'll go, imagine all the things you'll see and do just by doing all that, right? And there are other morning routines too that are very incredible. There's the Savers routine, Saavers, by Hal Elrod from the Miracle Morning book. There's a lot of morning routines. Find what works for you, but create one and stick to it and make it world class. Make it perfection, make it a work of art. Principle number 3, and I want you to write this down as well and stick it on your wall. Go all in. Go all in. Go all in. Dude, I'm so committed to this phrase that I literally have a poster here that I got from Iconic that says, go all in. The problem with today's society is that we're soft. We get excited. We see a little video like this and we're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and do my morning routine for the next 2 weeks. But the problem is after a few weeks you burn out and you never do it again. I want you to go all in. I want that to be your mentality. Don't do something for bullshit reasons for the next few weeks and then understand, why is my life not changed? I'm the same person. Go all in. Hyper commit. How bad do you really want it? Here's the thing, man, everything's hard. It's gonna be hard. It's hard to be fit. It's also hard to be fucking fat. It's hard to be rich. It's also hard to be poor. It's hard to be a great person in a relationship. It's hard to be a great father, but it's also hard to be a bad father. There's always gonna be hard, there's always gonna be suck in life. That's the fucking the fact of life in the last 1,000 years. It's always gonna suck in some situation or whatever. But choose your heart and stick to it. Choose your heart and stick to it. It's hard to be fat, man, but it's also hard to be ripped and shredded at the same time. Choose your heart. And then when you decide what it is that you wanna do, then go all in. Go all in. Because the problem with life is that if you don't go all in, you're just gonna half-ass everything. You're never gonna get anywhere anyway, no matter whatever you try to do. All these principles are bullshit if you don't go all in. So these next 30 days, you have your subtract poster, you have your goals poster, and you have a poster that you've written down on a piece of paper of going all in. I want you to look at that every single day, meditate and think and reflect and journal and grow on in your morning routine. And be like, how can I go all in on this? The grace in the world, right? The grace in the world. You look at even like guys like Kanye West. You look at guys like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. You look at anyone out there who's done really well for themselves. Brad Pitt, Justin Bieber, like all them. Well, maybe not Justin Bieber, okay? But all these people have done really well for themselves. They've gone all in on one thing and become a world fucking class at it. That's really what it comes down to. It takes time to become a master of the craft. It takes time to do all those things. But by going all in and doing it for day in and day out for the next 2, 3, 4 years, starting with 30 days, you can't help but achieve the success that you're supposed to achieve in that field and in the endeavor. I'm someone who had a tough time going all in. I'll be honest. I had a tough time going all in. I'm someone who likes to just like, I listen to these things and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do it, and I do it. I do challenges like wake up at 5 a.m. for 66 days, you get all this stuff. But I recently decided I'm gonna go all in on getting the best shape of my life a few weeks ago. Because I think it's really important for anyone to have a side quest. It doesn't matter if you're a guy, girl, whoever, to have a side quest, to have an arc, to have something else that you're working on. Yes, it's great to go work your job, go lift weights and sleep and hang out with friends once in a while. But life is not all about that. You have to have some side quest, some side arc, whether that's like a project, whether that's something else you're doing. But if you don't have a side arc or side quest, if you're not living a great life outside, if you're not creating and living a great life outside of work, that you're not creating a great life for yourself in the first place. So find what else motivates you and fuels you. And that arc for me recently in the last few weeks was like, dude, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm just gonna get in the best shape of my life. I have the knowledge, I have the know-how. I've been half-fasting, going to the gym for the last like 7, 8 years. I know exactly what I need to do and how to do. I know how to diet. I know way too much about this shit in the first place. I know exactly what supplements do, what not to. I know so much about it. I've consumed so much content. I've read books on this shit. But I never had the discipline to go actually to stick with what I wanna do. I would do it for a few months, and then I would not look back and do whatever it is. So I want you to commit. I want you to go all in. These 4 habits, these 4 goals, whatever you decide these next 30 days, just go all fucking in, man. Just do it. And never ever look back and then find any way to like add or remove your like things that subtract from this goal. And so that's what I did. I went all in. I'm doing like macro calorie tracking. I'm lifting weights, I'm working, I'm doing everything this. I'm committing to the lifestyle that it takes in order to be the best version of myself in terms of my fitness and my look and my feel. And now life has become so much easier. Like, yes, in the beginning I was like, should I go have that drink? Should I not do this? Like, dude, I'm that boring person now. Like, I'm going to like a restaurant. I'm like, dude, how many calories do you think this is? Because that's the thing I'm trying to really figure out for myself. But I decided at least to go all in. And yes, I won't get into the best shape of my life in the next few weeks. I won't, maybe it might take a few months. But the thing is, I'm gonna look back and then realize that since I hyper committed to this goal, I'm so much happier, so much more successful, because I finally decided to go all in. Because it's hard also being out of shape. Remember, like I said, pick your heart in the first place. So what is it that you want to go all in about? And then do it. And no matter what happens, don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do, because that's your decision. That's your life that you have to create. So go all in on being the best student you possibly can. Go all in on being the best artist, the best musician. Go all in on being the best son you can or the best boyfriend you can. Just go all in, and the rest will take care of itself. And yeah, man, if you made it this far into the video, listen, let me know in the comments down below, what are your 4 habits in health, wealth, love, and knowledge? Because let the community know, make yourself committed, prescribe like a doctor for yourself, and write that down below so everyone else can see and hold yourself accountable as well for it. I made this video truly because I want to see you transform, because I know how crazy it is to look back and just be like, wow, like that was amazing what happened, and that your whole life view shifts. The thing about going all in, is that people always sometimes wonder, what is the secret of happiness, right? Whether it's money, whether it's purpose, whether it's job, all this stuff, right? The secret of happiness, as Tony Robbins puts it, which I agree with him, is progress. It's not money, it's not purpose, it's not some mystical freaking full moon or something that happens and everything just comes down at once. It's progress. Making progress in some type of way, shape, or form. If you're not making progress at anything, that you're never gonna be happy. It doesn't matter if you're hyper successful already. If you're not progressing in something, then you're gonna be unhappy. So I swear to God, man, if we have this arc and you're trying to go into the gym and you bench press and hit a new PR, you just lifted like 315 pounds, it doesn't fucking matter what you do at work that day. Everyone could be mad at you. You could have failed a project. Your presentation could have gone to shit. Your boss could be yelling at you. But if you just bench 3 plates, everything else doesn't matter, because you're still happy because you're progressing in some area of your life. Going all in doesn't just mean hyper committing to one thing and doing the best at it. It also means progressing in other ways in that endeavor, so that you can continuously challenge yourself to be the best at it in the world. Become world class, man. We don't have time. The world's not a soft enough place for you to give you anything you want if you're not world class at something. This is where it comes in, by just hyper committing to going all in. Yeah, and then leave the comments down below to let us know what you are going all in on, so that we can all make sure you're held accountable for it. But thanks guys for watching. I appreciate you all. You're all real ones. If you're new here, my name is Sid I. I drop videos like these once a week on personal development, on looks maxing, on grooming, on productivity, anything to help look and feel the best your genetics potentially allow. And yeah, dude, summertime is here. Make the next 30 days count. Sacrifice now and live the rest of your life as a fucking legend. And that's where I'll leave it at. Until then, guys, keep crushing it. I'll see you all next time. Take care.